So we're going to do the prospecting. It looks like it's working. It's not tiling first, and then we will randomly generate your numbers to determine who's going to talk about their products in which order.
Yes.
All right, so for the prospecting, which company did you guys come up with?
We chose Native Summit.
Why did you choose them?
Just like a local small business.
Okay. Native Summit? What are they?
They're like a outdoor company.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's yeah, just like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
They sell like alpine equipment.
Alpine equipment. How many employees?
10.
10. Okay, so you thought they'd be a good candidate for Paycom?
Yeah.
Who's the decision maker?
John James.
And how did you find that?
I found it by just like Googling the owner of it. He's the owner.
Okay. And then what social style do you think he has?
I think he's a Val's type of thinker, so I think.
Okay.
Because instead he can't rely on whatever next month's consumer zeitgeist might be. Instead he ensures he buys quality products.
Okay.
So I feel like
He has a lot of like high-end products that he sells in the store, so it's not.
So you think he's put a lot of thought into product line and product depth and things like that, all right? And what social style? So you thought that was Val's was thinker, what social style?
driver's type.
Driver?
Yeah. Because it said also he buys quality products and he believes in it. It's like just faith into that.
And what type of, so they do like climbing,
Yeah.
outdoor equipment?
Yeah.
What other stuff?
Snowboarding, skiing,
Okay.
like how to go to North
stuff
Days.
like that. Camelbacks.
Those are all high contact sports, high impact sports, so I would say that's probably correct. He's a driver. Why did you think he wasn't an innovator?
Yeah, it's
Because,
not like,
okay, that's a good justification.
so we got from that.
Okay, all right, very good. What sources did you use to figure out? So you looked at his website, did you look at Facebook?
I don't know his Facebook, but it was no I can't.
His Facebook, did you at least find the profile?
Well, yeah, I found this profile, but
What was the profile? Does the profile picture give you any idea?
it's just a picture of him like with mountains in the background. So I mean, it kind of does. I mean,
Okay, did you try LinkedIn?
I did.
Try LinkedIn as well. Okay. All right, very good. And you guys,
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, we chose the Royal Cafe. The owners are Michelle Manzel, or Dr. Manzel.
Reason we chose that place is because my mother likes to eat there, and she said it's healthy and organic, and really nice environment.
so you've been there. It's a business that you have personal experience with.
I've been there, yeah.
No, you can go there, you just can't be an employee or be a family member or something like that, so.
The social style, they're kind of like driven to keep people healthy and
Okay.
basically also help out their community because they buy from local places, like
Okay.
local farmers, and basically make it the most healthiest type of food. It's pretty pricey too.
So is it all locally sourced? Is that their
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
So what Val's type does that suggest?
I think it's a really good experience.
You think it's experience or?
I mean, they're pretty innovative too.
Okay.
Like basically because they're bringing in local ingredients and making it healthy, organic, and have that right now because it's basically more fast food. People that just want things now, fast. They don't care what's in it. They just want it now. And these people actually take care of the people that eat their food because their food is more healthier than the competitors out there.
I think that lends itself, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, in my opinion, I think that lends itself to an innovator. And the reason why is that historically, the way you source food for a restaurant, I mean, doing that kind of food sourcing is really difficult because you can't just call US Foods or Cisco. Most restaurants either go through US, I mean, those are the two big food distributors and most people just go through, that. And then they have product lines within there. But to source locally actually takes quite a bit of time and effort. And that's sort of a new model. I think that's a sort of a cutting edge to take that kind of risk. Because the risk is that you don't have a relationship with a food, a big food distributor, maybe. Maybe you're not big enough to have a relationship or an account. If you can't get sourced food, what could happen to you really quickly? You could like all of a sudden be not in business today. So, okay. All right. What else? How many employees?
When I'm there, it looks like there's like 10, there's like 5 outside, and then I've seen like a couple cooks in the back, but.
Okay. So probably enough to more than 2.
It looks like a house from the inside, so it's like, I think it's pretty big, a little bit big.
Well, they have like a wellness part, like they sell their, like kombucha and stuff like that, and then they have like a cafe, so it's like jointed.
We got, how was that on?
Yeah, I did that.
How did you find information on them?
So I found them, I found her at Edmond Outlook, and also it says that she's also a doctor, which is pretty interesting. I mean, combining health, and she's a doctor, like it would make sense that a doctor would own that place. And I looked at Facebook, and they were just telling me the stuff that they would have, like specials, the food that they feature, and like not a lot more detailed information.
I think they have a
It was, like,
website too.
locations. Yeah, they do have a website, and they'll
They
show
didn't
their
really say
menus.
much, but.
All right. Did you find her personal website or her personal Facebook?
No. Not really.
Did you try LinkedIn?
Yeah, I did.
Was-
Also, nothing showed up. It's
Okay.
kind of new. So like now, I don't know why it didn't show up. It would show up either way. They would try to get employees, but
But you at least tried it.
yeah, I also looked at Glassdoor. Couldn't find anything.
Very good. Good job. All right. So let's see. Austin, you get to go first. According to the random generator. You get to stand up so that you can be on camera. All right. So that your presentation. What?
This is this one, right?
Yeah, that one.
Sorry, I thought this was like a group thing.
Do you have your partner?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you can both go together. So we've got Austin and the rest.
We chose order.
Up here.
Sorry.
I know, we hate the camera, don't we? I don't know why that is.
The product that we chose was the iPhone XS, the new one that just came out. And we chose it just to start with the first one. Like the interest in the product was because like a lot of people our age are familiar with it. A lot of people our age like know that it came out and would use like the features that like came out with it to make their lives easier, you could say. And then
Okay, so you're both selling the iPhone XS.
yes.
All right. So are you going to pretend, I mean, as part of your script, is it going to be that you're selling it as like a carrier, Verizon, or are you going to like be the AT&T sales, or AT&T, or like the iPhone, the Mac store?
I'll probably have to say the Mac store. Yeah, they're just like,
Okay.
Okay. A lot of people do like the new iPhone because it's got like Face ID, has wireless charging, has like higher grade steel, has a full OLED display, and has a better camera. It's just a nice iPhone.
Okay.
How many people here own an iPhone? See, a lot of people own an iPhone.
Okay. Good audience participation there.
So we actually have to like try to sell it.
No, not today. I just want you to justify your product. All right, so why do you think, and I need you to move this way a little bit, both of you, so that, why do you think that it's a good product to sell in terms of getting through the rubric?
The reason that I chose it just because like Apple is like a very well-known and trusted business. Like they have more than just one product. They have like computers, watches, like earbuds, and a lot of their products have like warranties. They have stores you can go to just to get it fixed. Like it's a pretty well-known company by like this day and age, maybe not so much 10 years ago, but now it's like pretty much everybody knows at least or has some type of device that's from Apple or has had them before. So I think that was kind of the main point, and
Okay, so one of the things going along with that I think makes it a good product in terms of your presentation to sell is that because it is an established product and an established brand, there's just a ton of information that you can get on the product. It's not something that you're gonna have to. I've had students that have developed their own product or they've come up with their own service. And you're gonna have to really think about that because everybody's gonna have known that. You're gonna have a lot of information that you present. You can get, if you go through the rubric in terms of visual aids, you can obviously pretend, even if you don't have the Apple access, you can say this is the, you can actually hand and do a demonstration and get the person involved. So I think that's a good product in terms of the features and stuff like that. It's also a great product in terms of going through the rubric that you can build on other services that you can add to it, like the earbuds and syncing it with your Apple Watch, thinking about that, so you can do an upsell, which would be a big bonus. All right, what else?
the concluding idea was just.
Well, what's your buyer profile gonna be?
Oh, the buyer profile. Well, I mean, we chose that's like definitely probably like middle class luxury, just because like the new one that comes out has a price tag of 1,000, and the bigger one is even more expensive than that. So like, whenever you do buy it, you kind of have to have like some extra money on hand just to do it, or some type of plan that you sign up for, which is still gonna involve you paying a decent amount of money for it. And I think like more of like a younger profile is what they're going for. I would say like the teenage years, like that's kind of like their main market. Teenage to like college age students is kind of like the driving market. I feel like. I mean, they do market as well to like older people, but older people are more stuck in their ways than I feel like the younger ones that are like the newer and most greatest thing that's available.
So do you think, I mean, going along with that, just thinking about your buyer profile, one of the things that I think was a very effective ad campaign that came out several years ago was the Samsung, where they're like, "Oh, I see you're in line for the iPhone. That Galaxy didn't work out for you." And he's like, "No, I'm just holding a spot in line." And he was holding the spot in line for his parents. Anybody remember this ad that came out? It was like 5 years ago. It's a great ad because it was a huge visual. Once your parents get it, it's not cool anymore, is it? And that was the idea, that the iPhone was really not as cool anymore. But I don't know if you all still feel that way. So, but that's one of the things you might think about in buyer profile. All right. In conclusion,
The conclusion is just like the iPhone, the new iPhone is just like it's pretty cutting edge technology compared to like what's available out there. Like there's not a lot of things that you can do a Face ID with, or just be able to like have like the camera that you do in your phone, be able to take like that quality of a picture. Like it's just like it's pretty innovative for what products are like available on the market. I mean, I think it's just like driving the next like steps of technology towards the future.
all right, very good. Good job. Let's see, who's the next target? So. Mr. John, you're up. You're what?
I didn't write down.
You didn't write anything down?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then we'll go to the next person, Johnson, Taylor. Is your partner here?
No.
No, so you're all on your own.
I've been texting her. So.
Okay.
So Cassie and I chose Arbonne. We chose this because Arbonne is a good product to sell because it focuses on health and wellness. Arbonne is aligned with many products to reach various target markets. Arbonne has proven results in weight loss. So the buyer profile is all ages. We've seen women and men of all ages do the Arbonne 30 Days Challenge and have great results with the amount of weight they have lost. And not only that, their body feels great as well. The concluding idea overall, Arbonne is an efficient product that has always had positive results. Arbonne has been around since 1975 and is still popular today. Arbonne has given many people a job from the convenience of their homes. So a lot of girls my age are selling it right now on Instagram. It's like everyone's selling it.
Okay, so are you gonna sell, and thinking about this, are you gonna sell, so Arbonne is, the technical term is a multi-level marketing opportunity or business. What's the sort of pejorative term for pyramid scheme? Yeah, that's what a lot of people call it. People do make a lot of money in pyramids. So are you going to sell the opportunity? Are you selling to somebody that you want to become under you as a rep, or are you going to sell an actual product for?
I'll be talking to Cassie about that.
Okay.
Or
I mean,
we're
are you
selling
going
it
to sell?
separate, right?
You could sell. I mean, the way there's a lot. First of all, Arbonne has a whole line.
Yeah.
So you could focus on coming up with a buyer profile that meets, and I don't know what all of Arbonne's products are, but I know they're like health and skin and stuff like that. You could focus on, I met you at the gym, your complexion was horrible, you looked like you were needing a boost, and I felt like you'd be a prime target for Arbonne's, go-go juice. I don't know what the hell they sell, but so you could do it that way, or you could do it as, here's an opportunity for you to have a business and sell the business idea in terms of becoming an Arbonne distributor. Okay? All right, something to think about. All right, good job. So we've got Joseph, ask God. Just left. All right. Taylor Barnes.
Where'd Joe go?
Like, he did. Jesus Christ. If he comes back, can he still have points? I don't know if he's on for like.
I guess. We'll see.
He took his stuff.
Yeah, he did.
Oof. Okay, so.
Move this way.
We decided today,
Go this way.
we've been talking about selling like a shoe or like a distribution channel for shoes or something, and Joe brought up the idea today to sell the Nike Air Mag, which I thought was really cool. If y'all don't know about it, is that shoe that's from basically from Back to the Future, and it's pretty much one of a kind. It's like $25,000. We picked it because we're both interested in shoes, obviously. I mean, I know I'm wearing Dayton's right now, but still. We think it's a good product to sell because it's, like I said, one of a kind. It's really cool, and it opens us up to different buying centers. It's not like we're selling like an individual shoe to one person or something like that. It's to museums, to high-end collectors, and more importantly, something that big would probably carry a pretty big commission. So we like the idea of doing like a big item like that, something big ticket. Our buyer profile was a museum, actually. So I found a museum in Boston that was a sneaker museum run by, I believe it was Richard Coso. I don't have the page up anymore. So we would be selling to Mr. Coso this shoe, trying to get him to buy it for his museum collection. Our concluding idea with it was just that it's really just something neat that kind of took our interest that we've liked for a long time, and it just fit the project really well. It felt like something that would be easy to get through the rubric with, and something that'd be a little bit different than maybe everything else was doing. So.
Okay, so I think that's an interesting product. I mean, anything that's novel, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to build objections. Okay, so you're looking at focusing on the buyer profile. The one downside to that is that the number of people that you're going to be, the buyer profile you're going to have to develop is going to be a little bit more in depth than just, they're selling the iPhone. You can sell the iPhone to college kids, right? Who have maybe a job and some disposable income, and they'll put you on a payment plan for the rest of your life so that you can pay off your iPhone, right? This is not something that you're ever going to be able. What was the price tag of the shoe?
I think it was 25.
25,000.
Yeah.
Most people don't have 25K laying around, so it's going to be a unique collector,
Right.
or like you said, a museum piece. Something like Planet Hollywood would be a prospective buyer for things. They have all those kinds of stuff, the memorabilia in the glass. So things like that. And obviously, saying that this, one of the things that you can think about in terms of building your presentation is this will, gather interest for the fan base. You can advertise this, that you have it, people come and want to see this. And so
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting idea. Good job.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Good job.
Mr. Knight. So we got two this time. There we go.
Okay, so we chose Bang, which is an energy drink.
Okay.
It's a healthier option than energy drink.
Okay.
As college students, we could relate because we're constantly tired, but still have a ton of things to get done. And most of us procrastinate, so we have to stay up all night. The need is just always there because everyone always needs energy. They're always looking for some way to find more energy. And the energy drink business is on the rise. Bang is a healthier option than the sugar-filled toxic energy drinks that are currently on the market.
Okay.
Our target prospects would be mainly young adults, just because we never slow down. We're always going. Also, I think like young adults are also looking more into healthy living options nowadays, and especially the younger, like our generation is just like they're doing Arbonne. We're just into the healthier things, so it would be that would be who we'd be aiming at. I don't really know many old people that still drink energy drinks, but we believe the need for this product is a reliable and be a successful product to sell, just because health is on the rise and this energy drink's coming to change the game of this other past like Monster and Red Bull full of sugars and toxic chemicals, and these are just supposed to be like they're healthier for you.
So I'm fascinated by, what do you consider old?
I would say
Carefully, tread very carefully here.
older people, I would say 61.
Oh, okay. You're safe there.
Retirement age.
Retirement age. Okay.
And you're 20 to like 35, 40 is where I would.
Okay, so there are a couple of things that you can think about as you're preparing this. Are you going to sell it to like individual? Are you going to be like trying to sell it? Like suppose you're a convenience store owner and you stocked this. I mean, you could do this and say, you know, I noticed you picked up that can of Coca-Cola. Have you thought about Bang energy drink? That's going to be, you could get through the rubric doing that, but it's going to be tough to do it. All right. Because there's just not going to be a lot of objections that, you know, like I like Coca-Cola. I hate Bang. It tastes awful. I don't know. I mean, a more interesting way of selling it would be to say you're the Bang distributor and you're trying to get somebody to carry it in, for example, their convenience store, and say, do you want to attract a younger crowd? Are you looking to, you know, the profit margins? You could get a lot of detail if your buyer profile becomes a business-to-business transaction, where you're trying to get them to either accept the product into the store, or if you say that they've already carrying the product, to give you better product placement in the store. Right. And a lot of that is highly negotiated. I mean, and it usually involves slotting fees and stuff like that. But that's an easier way. Then you're talking about, you know, and then you could talk about volume discounts that you could get if they give you, you know, if they buy a certain amount, or slotting fees that you might be willing to pay for getting premium locations.
We
as
weren't
part of
sure if
negotiation.
we could sell to business to business or if we were selling to a single buyer.
You can sell business to business.
Yeah, I think that would be the best route for this.
Okay. Okay.
Convenience store or some sort of distributor, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Good job. So let's see. We get. Ms. Lopez, Ira. Do you have your partner here?
I do.
All right. Who's your partner? One second. Okay,
Okay, so we want to sell like a travel agency service, but we want to take it from like two different approaches. So my interest in this comes from the fact that my family's always used a travel agency, so that's just like what I know when we travel
Okay.
somewhere.
I just like to travel a lot, so. yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
We think that it's a good service to sell because it can be very valuable in the sense of like time and money. Because in our society, time is money, and so it can be stressful and take a lot of time to like research where to go, what to do, how to get there, all of that. So a travel agency would be good because it would allow you to go on a vacation and not have to worry about it, and it's pretty much already taken care of. You just have to go.
Okay.
So I want to sell it from the aspect of selling to a family with children, because vacations can be difficult to go on, especially if you have young children, finding like places that are kid friendly, activities for them to do, all of that. So also like if you're gonna fly, making sure you have seats and car seats and strollers and everything like that, and just not have to worry with the stress of that. So that way you can just worry about having fun and all the memories you're gonna make.
And I decided to go with trying to sell to an elderly couple. I feel like older people, again, saying older, aren't necessarily technology savvy, and so they might not know how to find the right flights, get the best deals, and I think they might still use travel agencies more than younger people anyway. So that's what
Okay. I think that's a good prospect. I think one of the things that you can both develop in that is that I will tell you that the industry studies show that travel agencies are on the way out because more and more people are using. I mean, they've changed. There's just a difference in them. It's a self-service business now. People are going through Travelocity, they're going through kayak.com or something like that. But there are still some travel agencies out there because there are people that still want the personal experience of somebody who, one of the things that travel agencies used to do in the past was they traveled a lot. They got to go places and experience it. And the companies would actually pay, like the cruise lines would actually pay and give you that for free so that you could go and then promote their product to your customers. And so having that ability to focus in on, I know you can get a better price on Priceline, but I'm able to tell you what is a good value and what are the shore options that you're going to want. And you don't know that if you haven't been and you're just booking in an online experience. Yeah, do you have a question?
Well, I was just gonna say my mom's a travel agent and they pay for her, like she just got back from Mexico
Yeah.
for a week at like one of the nicest, like,
Yeah, they do. I mean,
Places
they
you can
want you to
stay,
go
like,
and so
all
that you'll have the experience and and you can tell people firsthand about that. The other thing that you can do is government agencies still go through travel. We have to go through a travel agency here at UCO. And so you could also do it. I mean, one of the things you could think about doing is bidding on a government prospect. Yeah. Try and get that government bid. All right, good job.
All right, so let's see how many we have left.
The other Ms. Lopez. So we got two, right?
Yes.
All right.
So what we're doing is we kind of find out that we're doing the same thing, except they're taking it from a different perspective. And we're selling like bundles of different kind of vacations.
Okay.
So that
So,
includes like airfare, the trip, your vacation you're planning to go to,
Okay.
instead of having to do individual planning.
we give you options.
All right. So you're going to do a travel agency or you're going to do travel website or?
So I want to go about it as a travel, like an app based, so it's like you said,
Okay.
kayaking.
All right. Okay.
We're interested in this because we're able to provide a service that allows people to take affordable vacations. In the meaning of that some of us don't have much time to look into like planning a vacation, and if we have it right there and there, we can just choose from different packages and it'll be easier.
Okay.
We're also trying to take the stress out of planning a vacation by giving them the different options that we offer. And I think it's a good product to sell because we're asking our clients like questions about their ideal trip. So some people want to stay within the state, some people want to go outside
And
the
as you said,
states.
like, she said her mom got sent to the trip and they want to get those experiences where you, like you said, we'd be able to like explain to them and like, if like, say they're doing family-based experiences, they're able to pretty much like, we'll send them to like a family aspect vacation spot, you know, just for their needs. Or say they do the honeymoon, you know, send them to the ideal honeymoon spot, you know, able to book, you know, travel, just make it convenient for them.
Okay, so your sale is gonna be to like a family or to a
Couple,
couple?
or even like self.
Okay, all right. But you're gonna have one of the members of the couple there and you're gonna explain the app and why they should use
Yes.
the app. Okay, all right, okay. You can get through the whole thing. It's not a traditional sell, but yeah, you can get through the whole rubric with that. You're gonna have lots of features, you know, in the app pointed to it, but you can obviously, I mean, you can do it by pulling up or having an iPad or your iPhone and just say, here's the, you can go to, you know, Orbitz or whatever, and just go through it. Yeah, all right?
And it's a good product so because we have the budget, appointing the meal costs, resort fees, and tourism fees as added costs that can join your budget.
Okay.
We also save them time.
Pretty much, we're just here to save time, save you money, make it convenient for you.
Okay. All right.
And then the buyer profile that we already talked, our families, college students, and other people.
Okay.
As I said, the good idea pretty much would be saving time, money, and convenience.
Okay. All right. Good job. Okay, so. Ms. Tartza. Your partner here, not here? Nobody's here. You're all alone.
Alright, I'm Alana Terpsa, and my partner is Nikki. She's not here. We're part of the Watchful Team players. They're not here either, so that's cool. We have
I like the positive spin there.
yeah. So we have two jobs, both of us. I work at the YMCA in the coffee shop. She works at a bar, an electrical company. So there was a lot to work with, but we narrowed it down to either coffee mugs to sell to either the company itself or to people. I thought maybe selling to the company would be better because they could put their own spin on it and then have people buy it and promote their own.
Sure, I mean, you can easily get through the rubric with that. If you talk about how you can customize the coffee mugs for like different seasons, like one of the big things that was forever, and I hate Starbucks, literally hate Starbucks. It's the tool of the devil, but Starbucks, one of the most popular things that they do is every year they come out with a, holiday mug, and people run to Starbucks to buy it. So, you know, yeah, I mean, you can sell, if you sell it as business to business product, you know, we can put your name on it, we can customize it, we can do one for each season.
Right.
You know, in different colors, things like that. That's easy to get
Biodegradable and eco-friendly.
through. Okay,
The idea for that.
okay,
For her, she was thinking for her electrical company, they have people that go out and teach people how to do the safety gear and like how to use it and be safe with it. So I was thinking maybe we could do that too.
okay.
I don't know if we're gonna do the same thing where she's doing electrical, but I don't know much about that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate the fact that you attempted to sell for her as well. That'll get you an extra bonus point there for that one.
Angry Birds.
Okay, very good. All right, 7, so now we're down to 6. Mr. Williams. So we've got 2 there. You're gonna have to move this way. The camera's this way. Gotta move this way. Okay.
All right, so the product that we're both gonna sell is called
Literacy Lounge.
Okay.
And what it is a subscription geared towards marginalized community, usually at-risk students. or those who identify with a marginalized community such as Hispanic American, African American, Asian American, et cetera, et cetera. So what we noticed is that there is a lack of resources at these at-risk schools. And you y'all know what at-risk schools are? Okay, cool. So a lack of resources meaning like they don't have books to read when they go home, et cetera, et cetera. So these moms of these students can literally subscribe to this literacy lounge
And what the box comes in a box. So what the box includes is a book by a Black author and 2 to 4 items that kind of relate to what the book's talking about.
Okay.
Such as cards and like it's talking about. What's an example?
For example, let's say there's a single mom and she has 3 kids who are part of this at-risk school in this urban community. It's usually an inner city school, so that's the target audience. And it's kind of knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. You got Black authors, which is an underrepresented community itself in writing in general, and then you have these kids that don't have the resources to read. So the mom will literally subscribe to that box, and let's say it's self-love month. So with that box, you'll get a book by a Black author, so that knocks out 1 bird. And so that's for the students to read. And then in addition, since it's about self-love, there might be some quotes in there, a coupon to go get a massage or something, et cetera, et cetera. So basically like a cool box, a book box. That's what it is, a book box.
And it doesn't just focus on Black authors, but it also like wants to teach you about like the history and all sorts of stuff about Black people. But you don't have to be Black to purchase a book subscription. So
that's a cool part about it, because knowing that we are in the U.S. and knowing that segregation only ended about 60 years ago, it'll be a great way for our society to get more cultural competence. So to get more cultural competent leaders and kind of invest in our youth at a youth age.
Okay, so are you selling this, you're gonna sell it to a specific like parent that's gonna buy the box, or are you gonna sell it like trying to get into a school?
Honestly,
Like Scholastic goes to schools, Scholastic negotiates with schools to go in and do book fairs where kids get to buy books from Scholastic. Are you gonna do it that way, or are you gonna sell it to an individual?
probably both. It'd be more guaranteed profit coming from selling to companies. So selling to Baltimore public schools or something, because I mean they will want to invest in their students. It'd be kind of like a resource. Even selling it to UCO, like UCO student government could purchase 1,000 subscriptions to give to the students. Just
Okay. If you do that, if you do an organization, you're gonna have obviously more, opportunities to get through the rubric in terms of objections, because an organization say, we really love it, we love the idea, but we have to go through purchasing. Have you, filled out a thing to be a vendor? Yes, we've done your vendor RFID and all of that, so, okay? All right, good deal.
The people that started that are from UCO, aren't they?
yes.
Yeah.
Harmony.
She was in my fashion marketing, she's a fashion marketing major.
Yeah, that's like my big sister.
Oh, really?
Mr. Berryhill. Okay.
See it right here?
Yep.
Okay, so my product consists of using a hub of followers via social media. Specifically, my partner has done this using Facebook, but it's to advertise our prospective users' ideas to mass amounts of people. So our target market varies geographically, but my partner has gained experience advertising the films of many up-and-coming directors in his home country of India. It's good because it's pure profit, and he's had prior experience doing this. In India, there is a plethora of up-and-coming movie writers who do not have the outlet to properly advertise their films. So this service is effective because we're able to provide direct advertisement to his Facebook, and it has 200,000 plus users with trailers and using effective memes to kind of stir the pot, like allowing like people to get excited about these up and coming films. This outlet can also be used to advertise anything from clothing brands, restaurants, music artists, everything. I think he's also done like he had a restaurant that was like really big that did it. So, and then this is proven an effective method of advertisement, specifically successful in India due to the mass amounts of people, has generated a great amount of profit and is extremely effective toward the prospective users in the Bollywood film industry. So basically, it can also be used by other markets. It's not just films.
Right, so that's a really neat product. You've got a lot of, that's gonna be easy to get through the rubric in terms of coming up with objections and things like that, and really a
And the
lot of
prospective
different.
buyers geographically.
Right,
So-
you can do a lot with ancillary services on things like that, in terms of, getting people, obviously, are you gonna use, does it use bots and trolls or anything like that?
You're saying like on the Facebook?
Yeah, are you gonna use, what the difference is between a bot and a troll?
Right. I don't know in your context that you're using it.
Well, a lot of the sites that are using to promote, those have become negative words in the political context, but a lot of businesses use this, where they generate content
Right.
to go out and create interest in something through social media platforms, right? And so are you gonna use that kind of, artificial intelligence? You could come up with something like that.
What he's doing, he kind of has a team that he's kind of worked with, and they basically get the trailers, all that, and just post it, and they'll just post every day. They have a good following. There's not many, like the followers, what it seems like, I guess there's tons of people in India, and all the followers are actually pretty interactive. Like he was showing me how many people have interacted with posts, so it's like in the thousands, which it is 200,000 followers, but
Okay.
it seems pretty effective.
All right.
And he had a buddy that actually opened up a restaurant and it's like become a big hit in his hometown. He's worked with that as well as a page for the police department. Like he's very involved, and we thought that was a good idea.
All right, good job. Very good. We have one left, right? Mr. Stelson. How do you say your last name? Stelson. Stelson.
Okay, so my product that I chose is Ready Dog Canine First Aid Kits. Who here has a dog? Okay, a lot of us. Who would be willing to spend a lot of money on that dog? Okay. So this product, the buyer profile is basically dog owners, more specifically sporting dog owners, but it would be something good to have for any dog, whether it just stays at home all the time or you take it out in the field and hunt with it, or it's a working dog or whatever. But the interest is basically it's a first aid kit that you can keep in your car. It's got everything that you would need for basic injuries, like dog aspirin, medical tape, and tourniquets. So this could be ultimately the difference in saving your dog's life if you're out in the field and something bad happens. Say your dog somehow cuts a vein open or artery and it's bleeding out. You have a tourniquet to say that until you can get back to an area with a vet, and you can take it in and you can be prepared for basically anything.
All right, so this is a really unique product, obviously. The pet care industry is something like a $5 billion a year industry, and it's growing because people will spend astronomical amounts of money on their pets. So I think it's a really great, in terms of an innovative product in the target market that you've got. And I think you can obviously get through a lot of the rubric, particularly if you're going to do it to, like, you want to get PetSmart to carry this, or you want to get one of the big, what's the other one besides PetSmart? Petco. Yeah, to carry your products, or if you want to sell to a veterinarian clinic,
Yes.
and get them to carry it. Those are
There's also online sporting dog stores that you can get on there and find stuff like this.
So I think it's a good product. Yeah, that'll work. Good job. All right. Very good. We got through everybody, is that right? No? Can I go? Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I apologize. I thought it's easy done with prospecting.
So we're doing this, me and Vita, I'm Manny, by the way. We're doing a customer relationship management software, and it's provided by SAP software company. Mainly focusing on customer relationship with their sellers and other companies that they have in business with. And other interests. Good week. Why is this a good product? It's because it's a lot better to have a software than a person working in your company to do this type of stuff, because it'll save you money and time, and it'll reduce the margin of error. We'll be okay. So we'll be focusing on business to business, because selling to customers would be pretty hard. We'd be like selling to U.S. foods or companies like that deal with customers, and including basically, like I said, it'd be more affordable. A lot of people basically would rather be doing like online stuff than talking to a person. Depends. And it kind of focuses on making the least mistakes as possible, because it would be pretty much quantifiable data instead of like just talking on the phone, checking off stuff. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So I think that's a good product. Anything that you do that's like a web-based application in the business context is going to be easy. Again, like the others, to get through the rubric in terms of developing a buyer profile and having them come up with really good objections. Like, how's this going to interface with how much employee time is it going to take to train employees? How much, it's going to cost? I mean, you can get through a lot of objections in that. So I think that's a good product.
Yeah, this is probably easy to spot.
Okay. All right. Did I miss anybody? All right. I will put these, so check your grades in right now before I forget. It'll be under Sam 2, so you can keep track of where you're at.
What up?
What's your name?
Oh my God. I didn't even get it here.
You think that would work the way that would get it out of?
What's that?
You think that idea is like?
Yeah, I think you have a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just cool that he's kind of had some experience in it.
Yeah, that is.
And it's not just movies. So
And that, I mean, I would really, if I were you, with regard to him, I would work to really develop an interesting buyer profile.
Okay.
And a detailed buyer profile that they can, you can both work on. And then come up with different objections for each of them.
Okay.
In a different sort
Yeah.
of way.
And then
Perspective.
when is that like? When we're gonna do
It's
that?
the last 4 class periods.
That's what I thought. Okay. And then the 25th is there like something going on the 24th and 5th? Thought I saw it.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll see you in class section.
The live stream.